All right, couple bits of news. Mick Stoltenberg hurt his knee. Will have a scope. Will be should be has a chance to be back for Oregon. So, but he won't play this weekend. Carlos Davis at this point right now would start in his place. And then the other bit of news is Charles Jackson is no longer practicing with our team. He is still in school and on our roster. You know, he's dealt with a ton of injuries, so we've just allowed him to stay on scholarship, do what you need to do in school, and he's doing that and taking care of his family. So that's where Charles is. Okay, is that it?
I mean, with Mick's injury, how do you feel about those young guys that need to step up and where they're at? And
Well, we obviously hate the injury, but we are excited for the Davis twins to be playing, and Logan Rath stepping in there. Logan's had a good camp and is ready to go. Peyton Newell has moved up into the mix there, so we'll be all right for the game. These guys will play well.
was it a contact injury or just
No.
No.
No, I think he was maybe in contact with somebody, but it was just bracing and coming off of I think a pass protection block.
Same knee that.
Yes. But it has nothing to do with his previous injury. All his surgery looks good, nothing with his ACL, everything else is clean.
Play more three-man front, possibly, or
Well, you know, that's a good idea, but we're not really prepped for that. They're a little bit more, but that's about where we're at, right? But I think, you know, we have 5 guys, and they'll play well, so, and I guess the good part of that is we don't anticipate Mick being gone too long.
With Charles, was that his decision to no longer be practicing?
Absolutely, yeah.
I know in the offseason you spoke before about 11 a.m. kicks. You wanted to do a little better than you did last year. What have you come up with some things that you think might help this time?
We're going to try something new before our walkthrough in the morning, you know, just a kind of a dynamic movement. You know, we talked to some people, researched it, trying to come up with some, you know, I guess number one, better ways to sleep. And then with that, you know, something that gets you going in the morning.
Were the glasses connected to that? Yeah.
Don't ask me why or anything about that. It's just supposed to work.
Are you
So
doing it? Are you doing it? You wearing them?
I haven't decided yet, but you'll never see me.
Just what have you seen from the team this week? I know you wanted some details kind of ironed out, and have you kind of seen them doing well at executing that this
Well, all those things we talked about, we brought up. Some of them, you know, are the proof will only be in the game, because it's stuff like we talked about, the celebration part of it, and then the handling of the punt return. That's a game time deal, right? It's, you know, it's kind of adjusting to the situation that you're in, whether it's not a good punt or whether it's the wind or whatever. It was like a circus. So we've worked on that. We've made a little bit, tweaked the plan if that's the case, and then now you got to go do it in the game. So we'll see.
Antonio Reed, is he going to be full go for you, or how's he?
Antonio Reed will play. He's fully cleared. Yes.
Do you know who you brought out first at punt return yet?
DeMornay's going to punt return this week.
They returned a couple last
Yes,
week.
they did.
That got called back.
A kick return and a punt return, yeah.
I mean, just how much you got to be on the watch for.
Well, you know, you're always aware of that, right? I mean, every one of those plays has potential for big yardage changes. So, you know, and we have a lot of respect for both the kick returner and the punt returner, because they both looked real good scoring touchdowns, even though they were called back. We know how that goes. I mean, it's one play, but they look like they have speed and ability.
What do you think Carlos can bring to the table as a defensive tackle?
I think that if you were to describe it, it'd probably be explosiveness would be one of them, and Carlos will play hard. You know that one.
You've got Oregon
Oregon coming up next week. How much did your players focus on this week? How much do you think they concentrated on getting better this week?
Well, for us, we haven't even talked about Oregon, haven't mentioned Oregon, don't need to talk about Oregon at all. The whole week is really about Wyoming and getting ready to play. That's like I said, we've got a lot of respect for their coaching staff, the work that they've done in the past, and we understand the building of the program that they're doing there, and they had a good win against a good opponent last week, so we don't have anything else to talk about but Wyoming.
Scouting Wyoming, what's impressed you the most so far?
They play very hard and are well coached on defense, well coached on offense, have a good running back, quarterback, strong arm guy, have some capable playmaking, good receivers. They put points on the board and looked way different than they did a year ago.
You guys can use the same plan at left guard. Sam was the starter, Corey's back.
Yes. Sam will start.
Upstairs again.
Cav's going to be on the sideline. Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Good job.